Brass vs. Skyrim. And welcome back to Brass DTV. I'm your host, Brass Devon, and today is going to be another episode of Brass vs. Skyrim, where I take on the legendary difficulty setting of Skyrim, and to do it as a level 1. If you remember our last episode, I killed a dragon by running away repeatedly. And then I saved Eastburn and Grinhilda. That's a good name for her. And we watched another dragon eat lots of things and flambe people. And it was amusing. Now we're on our way to, what is it, Skyhaven Temple? I think it's Skyhaven Temple. I don't really remember. Not that it matters. Because that is not our goal. Our goal is to take on the dreaded Alduin and face our destiny. Which basically includes kicking the crap out of him whenever possible. So, we've taken on the Thalmor, we've taken on the Mantle of the Dragonborn, and now we're on our way to face another challenge. Entry into the last refuge of the Blades. Which this should be interesting. And by interesting I mean completely boring. There's a nice little trap set up. Ooh, piece of candy. So there's this pressure plate area up ahead that I'm going to have to traverse. Now, the last few times that I did this, I didn't have the patience to wait for Eastburn and Gwenhilda. Helga. And, yeah, I picked up a plate. So, yeah, I usually end up getting torched at least once. Now, this puzzle is really simple up ahead. You just have to figure out which symbol is the right symbol to stand on, and then pull the pull chain. Now, one of the difficulties of having followers
definitely early Akaviri stonework here.
Is that they like to step on stuff that they shouldn't be stepping on, and instead of following you in your path that you took, they decide to go straight line.
These are Akaviri symbols. You had the symbol for king and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragonborn. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downward at the bottom.
So if you heard that, that's pretty much the key to beating the pressure plate up ahead, is you got to know which symbol is the Akaviri symbol, which is the arrow one.
Yes, that's it. The symbol on the middle pillar.
So there you go. And those are the symbol, that is the symbol you need to stand on or walk across as you're going through this next area. Which, if you got a follower, is going to be a pain in the neck. Because they don't like following the path. The path! See? The arrow on it. You gotta follow these around and go pull the pull chain. Now,
be careful here. See these symbols on the floor?
yeah.
Look like pressure plates.
Be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Okay, so you see, it's real simple when you know what to do. Only problem is by the time you get over there, that jerk-off follower, if you happen to have one at the time, likes to start walking across stuff. See?
Let's move.
That bastard could have killed me. Just one of those fireballs that connected with me, I would have been dead. Because one, it's daylight, so my vampiric weakness kicks in. And two, everything kills me.
I'm certain the
Oh, almost everything.
To make it worth our time.
I hate this guy. I just think I have a problem with followers in general. Serana and Ayla are good followers by the fact that they're long-range fighters and they stay out of your way most of the time. They're not bad to look at, especially Ayla. I can never pronounce her name right.
Wonderful, remarkably well preserved, too.
Let's see. Yeah, if Eastburn doesn't show up, it's kind of a pain because you can't activate the blood seal unless he makes a comment about it being a blood seal.
No doubt triggered by.
And then once he mentions it, you can go over and activate it, and your character will cut their hand, like so. And there we go. Ouch.
It's coming to life.
That's right, you have to be a dragon ball for the face. But basically, this is where I'm going to get the Blades Armor and Dragon Rend, which Dragon Rend is the primary weapon that, you know, is of the badassness if you're dealing with dragons. Because it gives you a bonus damage to dragons. And that's useful if you're a close range fighter.
What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure.
He ain't got jack. I'll have to give him some of this extra weight. Because the Blades Armor is heavy armor, so it's hard to carry. Especially when you already got a full inventory.
Lead on.
Fascinating. Original Akaviri bas-reliefs. Almost entirely.
Right, so I'm going to have to wait for these two boneheads to get all the way up here. Yawn.
Amazing. You can see how the Akaviri craftsmen were beginning to embrace the more flowing Nordic style.
We're here for Alduin's Wall, right, Esbern?
Yes, of course. We'll have more time to look around later, I suppose. Let's see what's up ahead.
Yes, let's see what's up ahead. While you two are walking around like old people, I'm going to pick up this sword and this book. Not necessarily in that order. And I'm going to find me some Blades Armor. I would take those, but it'd just be extra weight right now. Traveling light.
What's our next move?
Our next move
If it'll help us get moving
is for you to
quicker,
take this crap
sure.
I'm carrying so I can walk at full speed. Come on! Take my garbage and carry it like a stool. See, that's why I'm over encumbered. I have dragon bones and dragon scales in my inventory. I forgot about those. There's no real point in me even having those because of the fact that I'm level 1, so I can't get dragon
Let's see what we
scale or dragon bone armor or weapons. And I can't get perks because I'm level 1, so I can't smith dragon bone equipment. So I might as well sell those next time I got a chance. So now he's going to tell us about the wall. How fun.
I'm glad that I'm finally traveling with someone who seems competent. My last fate from
Look, here is Alduin. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the Dragon Cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon overlords, the legendary Dragon War. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. You see, here is fallen from the sky. The Nord tongues, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Ah, patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory and mythic symbolism. Yes, yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes.
I mean, really.
This is the Akaviri symbol.
In the amount of time it took him to put out that much, I could have told you the gist of the entire freaking wall.
To defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh, yes. Presumably something rather specific to dragons. Or even Alduin himself. Remember, this is where they recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return.
So we're looking for
Slow.
Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that
Yes,
can knock
I've
a
heard of a
dragon
shout.
out of the
It's
sky?
called Bend Will.
You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no
Basically, what it
choice.
does is it causes them to land and say, "Where would you like to go?
Good thing they've
Fly
already
in
loaded
circles?
into their
Of
little
course,
boat.
Dragonborn,
Not
because
likely
your
to
doom
as
is
good as
mighty."
me, at least.
And then you fly around in circles,
We'll look
blasting
around
stuff
Skyrim
with
and
dragon
see
fire
what
and
else the old
launching
lady might have
spells
done.
from the dragon's
It's a
back.
better hideout than I could have hoped for. Talos
Actually, that's
told
going to be a pretty intense challenge trying to...
Third panel.
Hey, I got an achievement.
Prophecy which
That'd be a
brought the
pretty
Akaviri
intense
to
challenge
Tamriel
trying to take on Mirak.
in search of the Dragonborn.
Well, as a
Here are the
level 1,
Akaviri
considering you
displayed.
can kill me with one
You see their
hit.
distinctive longswords.
I'll have to
Now
figure
they
out some
need
strategy for that.
Ancient mission fulfilled. And the last
What's his name?
dragon
Tao Z?
contends with Alduin.
And,
Are you paying attention, Ezra?
Sylvangard.
You might learn something of
He's
our
going to
old
be a
history.
challenge. Hell, I was level 30 something. He almost beat me. I don't know how I'm going to do it as a level 1. Now that I've finally got through with that, I can make my way to the next challenge. Which means I'm going to have to go talk to the Greybeards and Parthenax about how I can find the next word, or the next shout. The shout I need for next episode's battle with Alduin. Now, if you're a member of the Elder Scrolls for Console Players group on Facebook, you all know that I posted a meme about kicking Alduin's ass as a level 1 on Legendary. It was not just that I kicked his ass. It was the fact that he lost. I didn't like totally own him completely. It was a fight. In fact, I had to be strategic about it, because he has this meteor strike shout thing going for him, and that totally, yeah, blew. Now, one of the things I hate about trying to find the Greybeards is they always are somewhere off in their little thing. I really shouldn't have used all my dragon souls right there. Okay, so I don't see any over there. I see him over there. Yeah, finding the right Greybeard in here can be a pain if you don't have a way to detect them.
Your training
Yeah,
proceeds
Alduin,
well,
the
Dragon.
battle
How did you learn
for
of that? Who have
supremacy
you been
against
talking
Alduin the
to?
first time was a pain. And whenever
Wait, of course.
I
They specialize in meddling in matters.
went to
they
fight
barely
him the first
understand.
time, he
Their
totally
reckless arrogance
just so
knows
he
no
killed
bounds.
me. Not only
They
did
have
he kill
always
me,
sought to turn
but
the
in the
Dragonborn
process of killing
from
me,
the
he
path
sent
of
me
wisdom.
flying backwards
Have you
and
learned
off the
nothing
side of the
from us?
mountain.
Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the blades to be used for their own purposes?
Yeah, the Blades are using me for their purposes, killing Alduin. I don't like this guy.
What I
He's as
want
bad
is
as
irrelevant.
Delphine.
This shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again.
Him and Delphine
Have
need
you
to
considered
seriously,
that
I don't know
Alduin
if they
was
know
not
each
meant to be
other
defeated?
and they have some sort of animosity
Those
towards
who
each other,
overthrew him in ancient
but
times only
they
postponed the
need to
day of
either
reckoning.
just go
They did
away
not stop it.
or
The
just
world is meant
something.
to
I
end.
don't know.
So be it.
I'll have to come
Back
back
again
here
and be
with
reborn.
one of my demigod characters and
No, not now.
slap him around.
Not until you return to the path of wisdom.
Oh, oh. Basically, that's not your place. You should
Dragonborn.
talk to,
Wait.
have the Dovahkiin talk to
Forgive
Paarthurnax.
me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einoth reminded me of my
You were being a
The decision
conceited
whether
little
or not to
prick.
help you is not mine to make.
big baby crying about, oh,
No.
you're friends with the
I
Blades.
cannot teach
yeah."
it to you because I do not know it. It is called Dragon Rend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss.
Of course you
Dragonrend
don't
holds
regret it,
no
you're
place
pansies.
within the way of the voice.
Of course, the secret to defeating the most dangerous force in Tamriel.
Only Paarthurnax, the master of our
And
order,
you don't
can
know
answer
how
that
to,
question,
you don't know.
if he so chooses.
It's lost to the ages.
You weren't ready. You still aren't ready.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm not
thanks
ready.
to the blades, you now
Dude, I
have
can create
questions
enough
that only
poison to take
Paarthurnax
down a
can answer.
freaking army of dragons.
He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely. and never
Only
to outsiders.
rarely. Usually
Being
by
allowed to see him
screaming
is
at the top of
great
his
treat.
lungs off the top of the mountain going, rar, rar,
Only
rar,
those
rar,
whose
rar,
voice
rar.
is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax.
Yes, teach me a shout to open the way. We'll do that in the courtyard.
My last patron was killed.
Near
by
the
the
Tower of Meditation. Which I have actually knocked a Greybeard off of. That's freaking hilarious. Watching a Greybeard bounce down the side of a mountain like a ragdoll. I'm gonna have to record that one of these days. Sort of a bloopers reel. Funniest falls. So now the Greybeards are going to take me, they're going to teach me this word, or these 3 words that clear the snow and the storms and the... It actually has an effect on shouts that affect the atmosphere, like meteor storm that Alduin has. That's one of the shouts I wish I had. It actually, the clear skies shout actually
I will show
negates
you how
that
to
shout,
open the way.
which is cool.
I'm glad that I'm finally traveling with someone who seems competent.
Okay, so
My last
Anus
patron
Beer
was killed trying to tackle
over
an
here is
impossible task alone.
Look,
I can never remember his name. Anus Gear, Anus Beer, Anus Beard. That's what it is. Anus Beard. Well, while Anus Beard is teaching me this shout, which will be useful if I want a good view from the top of the mountain. It's really not really important. Really not really important? Not actually important. Yeah, that's the one. See, it doesn't really matter if he teaches it to me because I've already been to the throat of the world. I've been to the very top of this mountain.
this is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well.
This is a final gift. Your only other option are to, options? I can't think of any other options. It's either
Yes,
that
guys,
or become
will
my
blow away
enemy.
the mist,
In
but
which
only
case I
for a
will
time.
whoop the hell out of you.
The path to Paarthurnax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly.
Perilous.
Keep moving, stay
Not to be
focused on your
embarked
goal,
upon lightly.
and you will reach the summit.
Yeah, about that. I'm just going to fast travel to the very top of the mountain where Paarthurnax will be waiting for me. And by waiting for me, I mean he will come over the mountain top. Roar, flap, 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 flap. And he'll try to talk, and I'll tell him he's a goober. Oh, fun tip. If you ever want a little extra bonus, you can always return the horn of Jurgen Windcaller to his grave and put it on top of the where it was removed from, and you'll be able to get boon to your stats or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it does, but I remember doing it.
Yolok, greetings, Wunderneek. I am Parthenax.
Okay.
Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain?
I'm Brass and I need to kill Alduin. Do you know anything about it? Come on.
Yes, Vaza. You speak true, Dovahkiin. Forgive me. It has been long since I held Tinvak with a stranger.
Conversation.
I gave in to the temptation to prolong our speech.
Yeah, okay. You gonna help me or not?
Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove.
And what would that be?
By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones.
Your Thum. Yeah, I don't have any shout. Now, right here, if you have Dragon Souls, this is a cool trick. It can save you a lot of time. If you collect the word, you learn the word, then you, after you've learned the word, before he shares his knowledge of the word, you open your inventory, go to the word that has not been unlocked yet, use your Dragon Soul to activate the word. When he gives you his knowledge of the word, it will activate the next word. Sort of a 2-for-1. So instead of having to search out the second word, you'll get the first word and the second word with one Dragon Soul. Cool, huh? Now if you already have two of the words, then you'll get the third word. Or if you have a word already unlocked, then you get the second word, then you Dragon Soul the second word, and then it will give you the third word. So fun. Find little loopholes like that.
So, you have made your way here to me. No easy
You ever notice how
task for a
tore up Parthenax looks?
mortal, even
He's
for
the
one
most
of Dovah's
tore
souls,
up dragon you find on the
blood.
entire game. I mean, he's missing some of
What
his
would you
chin
ask of
horns,
me?
and one of his horns on his head is broken, and his wings are all tattered and ratty.
I have expected you, Proda.
Sucks to be him.
You would not
I thought
come
dragons
all
were
this
supposed to be
way
immortal.
for Tinvak with an old
Apparently they age.
Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin.
Of course I seek my weapon. Hurry up and tell me how to get it.
Yes, they are very protective of me, Bachlan Fadon. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons.
Of course they did, because dragons were assholes.
Hadrime, our minds cannot even comprehend its concepts.
You gotta admit, that's a pretty impressive weapon when
Drem,
it's so
all
powerful
in
your
good
target
time.
can't even comprehend it.
First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum?
So that I can scream at people and dragons and make them piss themselves.
As good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass.
But I like this
Perhaps
world.
this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa? Lean Vokane? Would you stop the next world from being born?
Oh, hell yeah. Because I like this one. I'm a badass in this one.
Paz, a fair answer. Rofus, maybe you even those, but you.
Yeah, we're gonna skip some of this.
You know why I live here.
After
at
that.
the peak of the Monavan, what you name Drem, patience. This
Patience, why do you think I'm
here,
skipping the rest
the
of your
ancient
dialogue?
tongues
After that last reply, there's nothing else left to say. Because I want to scream at people. Oh, I can't help it, that's funny.
Scroll, they used it to.
I'm probably gonna rewind that and play it over and over
I
again.
knew better. Teague, which is why I have lived here for thousands of
Okay, yeah, you
mortal
lived here
years.
because the air is
I
shimmery.
have waited. I knew where
This is the
he
part
would
where the old dragon tells me I need to find an Elder Scroll so I could open a time rift to see the events that occurred back when Alduin was cast into the dimensional vortex.
Who created it?
The temporal vortex opened, Marty. And now we must push the dragon through.
I know little of what has passed below in the long. You are likely better informed than I. Drem Yolok.
Okay, one of the advantages of
Speak.
me running through this is,
I will listen.
one, I'm going to get the power up from my Fusro Da.
I have, but no, Dovahkiin.
Then I'm going to go
I
over and I'm
meditate
going
on
to
the
find
ritual.
Septimus
Knowing
Singelius, or whatever his
will I
name is.
teach you, Dovahkiin?
And I'm going to get him to give me
It
the
is
key
called
for the
force
door.
in your tongue. But as you push
There's
the
two different
world,
doors.
So does the world
They're
push back.
open through a harmonic resonance
Think of
ball.
the way force
And then
may be
there's a
applied
cube he's going to
effortlessly.
give me that'll allow me to
Imagine
record
but a
information for
whisper
him,
pushing aside all
which
in its
it
path.
also allows me to open the casing that has the Elder
is
Scroll
Fus.
in it.
Let its
which I need the
meaning
Elder
fill
Scroll.
you. Sum Arc Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back.
Yeah, less staggering and more staggering
Sum
them.
Arc Mora.
So yeah. So I'm going to receive less. I'm going to be staggered less and cause more staggering, which is always good with Unrelenting Force. Unrelenting Force is actually affected by the fortified destruction potions that you can make through alchemy. So you can actually make a potion that's powerful enough to fortify destruction to the point where Unrelenting Force will actually kill a legendary dragon. I have actually done this. I will be posting a video showing this eventually. It probably will not be part of one of the playlists because that's not a tip or a trick. It's just a random BS thing that I've noticed that I can do. I've also learned how to fly extremely long distances. Of course, when you land, you'll probably be dead, but it's funny. It's fun to watch too. I can't believe I can fly. Pull a hole flying off. I just saw the weirdest thing. Yeah. Wow. I'm watching this program where they're showing videos of these people bungee jumping. Saw a guy jump off and they threw an extra line out, acting like he wasn't attached. And then they had this girl in a wheelchair bungee jump, and then this other person. And now we got a person who's about to they're pranking the person. I like watching cable every so often. I don't often get to do that. Yeah, gotta restock because you're gonna need some stock. And the Dawnstar chest, which can be respawned. If you've seen episode 10, I think it was. Was it episode 10 or episode 11? I think it was episode 11 of yeah, it was episode 11. Episode 11 covers the chest underneath the Skyforge in Whiterun, and the Dawnstar chest, and how to respawn it. Which, that's good information to have because you can get soul gems, potions, it's all leveled. I'm not getting very good stuff because I'm only level 1. If you're like over level 40, you'll be getting really good stuff. Now, I'm heading to the College of Winterhold because where I'm trying to go to get what I need and talk to Septimus is within line of sight of the college. I mean, quite literally, you can see it from the college if you can get the right angle. I'm just gonna jump. It's faster this way. Wee. Oh, yeah, I should probably. Wee. Didn't see that coming, did you? Yeah, whenever you jump from a high place, if you have some netch jelly, and that is netch. N-A-T-C-H, that spells netch. Netch jelly has the effect of paralysis. If you take it just before you hit the ground, your body will turn into like a static object. It'll bounce, and unless your bounce leads to you falling even further, you'll be fine. Sort of like ragdoll mode on Saints Row the 3rd, which that's kind of fun to do. It's like ragdoll mode, you don't take hardly any damage from getting hit by a car. And on here, Netch Jelly, the paralysis effect will keep you from actually taking damage whenever you hit the ground. However, nothing will save you if you hit the ground and the Netch Jelly is worn off. Also, if you take Netch Jelly, just as Whirlwind Sprint is taking effect, your body will freeze and you'll keep going like a rocket. It's freaking fun. So, gotta make our way to Septimus's whatchamacallit, and then we'll get the stuff from him, and then instead of doing what he recommends and going to Alfand or whatever it's called to get through Blackreach to get to the Tower of Mazark, we're just going to go to the Tower of Mazark, and we'll probably stop by the visuals of Stendarr, because they're still there. Because I'm level 1, they haven't been wiped out yet. That's a cool little tidbit of information to have, is that unless your level is higher than 1, the vigilance of Stendarr don't get it wiped out by the vampires. Unless you trigger the dialogue where they describe that they got wiped out at the Dawnguard headquarters. Which that is dialogue that gets activated as soon as you get there. It's like quite literally, if you go inside, it activates it. Okay, we're getting there. So we've almost made it there, and I think I'm going to clear up some of the snow. See, one of the difficult things is usually the snow cover and everything makes it more difficult for you to find the location. It is within line of sight of the College of Winterhold. Now, the College of Winterhold is a pretty noticeable landmark, and I should be almost there. But to make things a little bit simpler, I'm going to use the Clear Skies Shout. That should cut down on the snow and mist, and I should be able to see better. Ah, there it is. See the boat? The boat. See, there's the college there. And Septimus, madman. Alright, so we're almost in a good position.
Dig, Dwemer, in
Dig, Dwemer,
when
dig.
the top
Oh,
level
okay.
was built,
One of the
no
things
more
that
could
kind
be
of
placed. It was and is
bothers me about this guy
small apex.
is that he is a acolyte
the
of
ice
Hermaeus Mora,
entombs the heart.
but he's clearly
The
out
plain
of his
Cagronet
damn
and
mind.
Dagobert.
He should be property of
To
Sheogorath.
harness it is to know
All hail the Lord of
the
Cheese.
fundaments. The Dwemer lockbox hides it from me. The Elder Scroll gives insight. I have seen enough to
He
know
says
their
the Elder
fabric.
Scroll gives
The war for
insight.
The weft
And
of time.
all the references I
But
know
no,
of say that
is
it
not
takes
in my
away sight.
possession.
Maybe he has a slightly different
Here.
understanding
Well,
of
here, as
how
in this
reality
play,
works.
Mundus, Tamriel, nearby. Relatively speaking.
Relatively speaking.
On the cosmological scale. Well, it's all nearby.
This guy. I hate a lot of people in this game.
One block lifts the other. Septimus will give what
It's
you
another
want.
way of saying you
but
scratch
you
my back
must
and I'll
bring
scratch
him
yours.
something in return. You see this masterwork of the Dwemer deep inside their greatest knowings. Septimus is clever among men, but he is but an idiot child compared to the dullest of the Dwemer.
You got the idiot part right.
Lucky then they left behind their own way of reading the Elder Scrolls. In the depths of Black Reach, one yet lies. Have you
Okay.
heard of Black Reach?
Yes,
Cast
I've
upon
been
where
there.
Glimmer City slept, the yearning spire
See,
under deep
one of the
of
things
hand.
about me is I can get into places that most
But
people
not
can't get
all
into,
can enter there.
even if
Two
they know where
things
they're
I
going.
have for you.
Sure, I
round
know
one
how to get to
opportunity.
the Dark Black Reach.
Legend
You have to
lets it
travel through
time
the
is up,
Grimmer
and it's
Ruins, and
Skyrim.
I usually get lost. No, I don't get lost.
Will reap trust
Well, at least not in the
Septimus.
Dwemer Ruins. I know that I've
knows.
spent a lot of time in the Dwemer Ruins, especially in Blackreach. See, one of my favorite things to do is every so often the Crimson Urn route will respawn. I go back and collect it. Hell, I had to collect 30 of them just to get my special ability from the two Dark Elf sisters. The one Dark Elf sister who grows Nirnroot. Cendurians! Insights is a very useful ability because every so often you get two of the same potion you made. Okay. So here we are in Dawnstar, and we will make our way to The vigils of the vigilance of Stendar. Now the pale reminds you of a lot of things. While I'm recording this, I'm watching this Ridiculous on MTV because I know the skateboarder dude who hosted it, and he's not exactly my cup of tea. He's a funny guy, but I'm watching this and they're showing videos of people getting pantsed. I'm thinking to myself, okay, so I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm never going to do that. I'm not going to attempt gymnastics with loose pants. I'm not going to attempt gymnastics. I'm not going to attempt to run on a treadmill. I'm not going to attempt to fight a bull. I'm not going to attempt to bounce on a trampoline with loose-fitting clothes. Yeah, a lot of these are loose-fitting clothes and trampolines. Alright, now this particular area, there's a giant and a mammoth. And a lot of people who have played this game a lot know that there's a little job you can do for the Jarl, and you get to kill the giant, go back and collect money for it. Right here, some bandits are going to attack the giant and that mammoth, and they're going to fight each other, and sometimes, depending on your level, one side wins over the other. Like if you're higher level, the bandits win. If you're lower level, the giant wins. Now we'll make my way to the Vigil of Stendar outpost, which for a lot of people who have the Dawnguard downloadable content, this is something you don't really see anymore, because the Vigil of Stendar got wiped out at the beginning of the Dawnguard downloadable content storyline, so you don't get to see the derp chopping wood, or get to come in here and see. Normally this is a big smoldering ruin with dead bodies everywhere, both vampire and vigil at the same time. Check that out. Keeper Carset.
That looks dangerous. Keep your
She can
distance.
teach you in restoration, and any of the vigil can cure you of diseases if you're not already a vampire,
That spell looks
like I
dangerous.
am,
Keep your
clearly.
distance.
Well, this is the end of this video. I should have the next episode up, which is the battle between myself and Alduin. This is Brass for Brass DTV saying, be good to yourself, be good to others, and enjoy life. Cha!